we discussed like expectations, and I told him my expectations when it comes to a man. I was like, my man has to protect and provide. Like every man I've been with took care of me. Every single man I've been with, or whatever. And he was like, baby, that's fine because that's the type of man I am anyway. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he proposed to me in 2022. He proposed to me in 2022. We dated for 8 months before he proposed to me or whatever. Yeah, I said yes. Anyways,
So he dated you with purpose. Okay.
and mind y'all, when I was single, I took care of everything by myself. I even bought my own house. I took care of my kids. Wasn't on no government assistance. Like I held it down.
Pat yourself on the back. That's what all adults do.
So I can do that. Then I feel like my man should be able to do that.
Yeah, he probably did it for himself before he got in a relationship with you. You felt as though he was suitable enough in 8 months that you said yes to a proposal. Okay.
So he came home and he was like, babe, I lost my job. I'm like, all right, cool.
Life happens.
So a month later, like the bills, it was time for the bills or whatever. And I'm like, the bills due, babe, or whatever. And he was like, okay, I'm not working. And I'm just in a month, like it's all kind of hustles. You could have been doing something.
You're right. However, in a month, that says something about both of you guys as a unit, the way y'all handle y'all money. Granted, uh, obviously, he wasn't working and he didn't find a job within a month. That means that you didn't have money for your bills saved a month in advance. If y'all together, it's two of y'all working together, like you said, you paid your bills by yourself, and I'm pretty sure he paid his bills by himself before y'all came together. When y'all came together, that eliminated a whole household. Because granted, he proposed, y'all married, right? So y'all, I'm assuming y'all living together. So one household was totally out of the picture. That means that income is getting put away unless y'all decided to spend more. All right. So let's say if you handle your finances another way, every so often you have 5 pay periods in a month and you pay an extra bill. After like 8 months going by, you probably a month ahead of your bills. If you when you get that extra week, if you actually pay a bill instead of putting it in your pocket, or you could put that money away. That's what one person. That's how one person get ahead. Uh, by when you have those when you have 5 pay periods in a month, you'll pay an extra bill. Pay an extra bill. What happens over time? You'll end up getting a month ahead. If you keep doing it, you'll get 2 months ahead. If you keep doing it, you'll get 3 months ahead within a year and a half by having those extra pay periods. So y'all working together, you should have twice that. So this what you're really saying is both of y'all was financially irresponsible as a unit.
Or whatever. So I told him, I said, look, if I pay these bills, are you going to pay me the money back? This man had the nerve to tell me, why should I pay my wife back for paying our bills?
Right. Why should he? Because if the hard times fell on your end and he had to take all the bills on himself, you would feel away if he asked you to pay him back. I mean, y'all a unit, for better or worse.
I told this man from day one, my money is my money, and
Whoa.
his money is our money. Why should I spend my money paying the bills?
Okay. Now it's making sense. If you really told him from day one that your money is your money and his money is our money, and he said yes to that, that's on him. But the reality of it, sweetheart, unless you want to go live in a shed somewhere where you could just live off of one income or apartment, whatever, and live within your means, I don't know what type of life you're going to have when it's just one income in this economy with inflation and everything else. So let's just be real.
Like, no, he should have paid me back. So that's when I decided, like,
So your husband owe you, the nigga owe you, he in the hole.
I can't be with this man no more.
Wow. After 1 month.
So I had sex his homeboy. Like, we all cool. I text his homeboy or whatever. We went together. We got it. We left. I met up with him. And we was chilling, we was drinking or whatever. And I started venting. Like I started getting emotional. One thing led to the next. I did not purposely mean to do what I did with his friend. But thank
Wow. So not only, wow, look how the cookie crumbled. So you vented to his friend, so-called friend, right? And then you met up with him, you linked up with him, and you slept with him. That's crazy. Obviously that's not his friend. Life. Men are there are high expectations for men in this world. And yo, God forbid you get sick. God forbid you get hurt at work. God forbid, you just had enough of your boss, him treating you like shit, and you snap and boom, or anything happen. The economy affects your place of work, and then you're laid off or whatever, and then you just can't find the same type of work that's making the same amount of money right away. And the person that you made all these vows to turn around, and not only because she had to step up and spend her money, because obviously she been keeping her money to herself, and then she go vent to your homeboy and fuck your homeboy, and then she telling you, look, not only that, I want a divorce for real, and I want my money back. That's crazy. Hold on, I didn't see this till now.
Things happen. Like, y'all understand what I'm going through.
Okay, well, things happen for him, and as his wife, you supposed to understand what he was going through. Yo, the shoe can be on the other foot, and men are expected to hold it down. That's not an excuse to go sleep with her friend. Let's just be honest, man. Because there's women out there holding it down for men and vice versa, right? The way they supposed to be. You slept with him because you wanted to sleep with him. You been had eyes for him. You been seeing him looking at you. He probably was over there playing the game. You walking around with little shorts, asking him, "Do you want something to eat?" Whatever. You probably was real flirtatious. This is not a new thing. Don't try to say it's because of that. You might have used that as a reason to talk to him. And the other thing is, how long you been talking to this nigga? So why would he even feel comfortable talking to you, let alone talking to you, linking up with you to go talk about it in person? Come on, man. Don't hide behind the fact that yo lost his job. You just wanted to fuck yo, period. And he wanted to fuck you.
So, his friend ended up giving me some money or whatever. And he was like, babe, look, don't worry about it. Handle whatever you gotta handle. Like, his friend was every single thing I desire in a man. Like,
So he calling you babe. So see, you gotta really read in between the lines here. You gotta really read. They talk on the phone. Immediately, something happened in their life, and she went right to his friend, quote unquote. To as though, here you go, fucks her. Here you go, break off some paper. Here you go, babe. We go from friend to babe in 10 seconds of the conversation. And then she proclaiming him to be everything. He's everything in a man that she wants.
Everything I desire in a man. And ain't nobody trying to hear my side. Ain't nobody trying to hear me out and what I went through. Like, that's not okay. That's not cool.
What you go through, babe? Hmm? He was laid off for a month. Bills was due. He didn't have his money. And if he been doing according to you, if your money was your money, you should have had money saved. So you had to step up. You had to be a big girl and pay the bills. Supposed to hold him down until he get on his feet. And you want your money back. You stepped out. And we need to know what you was going through. You selfish. Mm, that's crazy, yo. That's crazy. You think it's hard to date in this day and age. This is what marriage is like for some people. Jeez. So it's like, like that's why a lot of people don't have their homeboys around the house and all that stuff coming over the house. That's why a lot of men don't bring other men around they lady, man. And see, you ain't even gotta bring men around your lady. It'd be a nigga at work, whatever. If she's this type of woman that's open about your problems, venting to men about her husband, you understand what I'm saying? If she that type of woman, no matter what the circumstances is, she going to find a shoulder to cry on. You understand what I'm saying? And do that, especially if she's attracted to the person and he's everything she desires. So I don't even necessarily blame this on the circumstances the brother was in. I blame this on the type of woman she is. Because yo, it's it's easy to be in a situation where everything is good and everything's flowing right. The kids are being good, step kids listen, and he's going to work paying the bills. He ain't, drunk beating. And when things happen, when life applies that pressure and things are tested, that's when we get to see who everybody is. Not when it's all smooth sailing. It's easy to say, yeah, this is easy, this is great, I'm happy here. But no, you got to go through the fire. And a lot of times, he met her 8 months, jumped into it. He felt good about her. Boom, they did what they did, and he's here. The first time a situation happened, she ain't make it seem like he was chronically unemployed, like he kept a job, then he get fired, blah blah blah. No, this one time, and she steps out with his homeboy. That's Bay, and he's everything she desire. And that just means financial things, because yeah, he gave her money back or whatever, like do what you need to do or whatever. Or maybe she was a bum, because if she had to pay money, she had to spend her little reserves, and now she leaning on a homeboy. He pipe her down, do what you need to do. Like, if you got money, you've been working and keeping your money. Your money is your money, and his money is our money. What you doing with your money? You not investing it. You don't have no brokerage account. You ain't selling dinners. You ain't doing anything. You ain't doing fingernails. You ain't walking the dogs in the neighborhood. What are you doing with your money? It's you right? It's all these hustles. Use that same logic in your life. Why you can't go hustle? Why you can't braid hair? Why you can't sell dinners? Why he got to be the only one that got to come up with a hustle if y'all working together? That's the problem. We in this era where everybody talking about what's 50-50 and 100-100. Nobody know how to work together, and what they ain't going to do and what they ain't going to settle for. In this fantasy world, it's a fantasy world. Just it's only on the phone. It only exists here. This is where it's at. But when you cut this motherfucker off, you in reality. That's what happens. You in reality. And none of that shit matters. And you try to apply all this stuff you hear on the internet to real life, and it don't work. And she talking about, hear me out. No, you're wrong. He got in this tight, he got in the squeeze, he got in the pinch, and you put the knife in his back. That's what you did. You're in the homie. There's nothing to hear.
You made a promise to me and you broke that promise. How am I wrong if I told him who I was and he didn't stick to what he agreed to?
What promise did he break? What was the vows? For better or worse, sickness or health, death do us part, rich and poor. There's no promise. So like it's always a yin and a yang in these vows. For better or worse, sickness or health, rich or poor, the good and the bad and the ugly. What promise did he break? You stepped out on him. You cried on somebody else's shoulders. You need to go in the bathroom and look in the fucking mirror. You fucked up. And see, the problem is with a lot of women and some men is because they think because they could automatically meet somebody else and have sex with them, because everybody gonna, especially for a woman, if she attractive, yeah, she don't gotta change nothing about herself. Because always another nigga that's lined up ready to she walk away from this situation. She ain't gotta change nothing about herself, because there's always somebody pandering in the background trying to sleep with her. And they mistake that for like them being right about some shit when they ain't. That's crazy.
Like, that's not love. If you love me, you gonna pay them bills. You gonna do what you told me you was gonna do as a man. All boy is a hut. All boy, he get money. He get money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He get money. And then she popping and clicking. There she go. That lets you know who she is. That's what the internet. The internet, Doug. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy, he get money. And that's cool for old boy. Old boy ain't your friend. But you made vows. If I understood this correctly, you said you got married.
it's just too much. All these, like, everybody coming for me and stuff like that, and it's not
As
okay.
they should.
Feeling him.
Like, you need to play this back and listen to yourself. You sound foolish. And the crazy thing is that you would even make this video. That's how off you are in your own fucking little universe. Let this be a lesson, man. Can't mess with women like that, man. Anybody or a guy, women, You don't mess with a guy that want to be everybody's shoulder to lean on. Cause who's to say that yo ain't got no girl? And you don't want no chick that's gonna lean on anybody's shoulder.